Hey everybody, Angela Carboni coming at you live. It's about 2:27 in the afternoon on Monday. Happy Monday to everybody. I hope you're all having a fantastic start to your week. I just wanted to jump on here quickly because I've been getting some messages from people about some of the webinars I jumped onto with GAZ over the last little while. And there was this at the event, at the Awaken event in Las Vegas. There was a lesson that I learned from Todd Campbell, one of the facilitators of the seminars and stuff. And so I was asking him, like, basically, you know, I was saying something like, I try to get this done and I try to blah blah blah, you know. And he was like, okay, try to sit down, right? So I was standing and I had a microphone in my hand at the time, and then I just sat down. He's like, no, stand up. And I stood up, and he's like, okay, try to sit down. And I sat down. He's like, no, stand up, try to sit down. And I sat down, and then I stood up. I'm like, there's something I'm not getting here, Todd. He's like, yeah, Angela, there's no trying. You're not trying to sit down. You're sitting down. You're just doing it, right? So, you know, this was an interesting little lesson, and it was fun too, because it makes us realize that, you know, when we say I'm trying to get this done, or I'm trying to lose weight, or I'm trying to, you know, whatever it is, like, are you trying to, or are you actually doing something? You know, like, so the great thing about that seminar, that specific event, was that everybody else in that room also got to learn the same lesson I did from my sitting down and standing up and sitting down and standing up, right? There was, like, I don't know, 200-300 people at that event, so all of them got to learn that lesson as well, right? So when you hear from people like, you know, I'm trying to lose weight, or I'm trying to get my business started, or I'm trying to do my training, or I'm trying to spend more time with my wife and kids, or I'm trying. Well, what is it you're actually doing, right? Like, right now, I am exercising so that I can lose more weight. That's what I'm actually doing, right? I'm not trying to lose weight. I am exercising so that I do lose weight, right? I make my sales calls and my coaching calls every day. I'm not trying to build my business. I am building my business, right? Okay. You know, when I was in physiotherapy, I gratefully don't have to go to that anymore because I learned how to jog and run again. But for 5 years, I was in physiotherapy. So I wasn't trying to learn how to, you know, fix the damage that happened to my knee and my arm. And my actual goal was, I was learning how to jog and run again. Well, when I was at physiotherapy, when I think about it in hindsight, I wasn't trying to learn how to jog and run again. I was doing it. Okay? So this concept of, well, I'm trying, and we hear that often. Turn it into, what are you actually doing? Right? What are you actually doing to accomplish this goal that you're talking about? You know, if you're saying, I'm trying to spend more time with my family, you know, my husband and kids, or my wife and kids, are you actually doing it, or are you just trying to? Okay. So, you know, getting into, I'm sorry if I'm not saying hello to all of you guys as you come on here. I'm driving right now, driving to the bank to put some checks in the bank. Gotta love that. Anywho, you know, that was another really profound lesson that I learned at the Awaken event, was this concept of trying as opposed to doing something. So instead of saying, and I catch myself too saying this sometimes, and I'm saying, I'm trying, but instead in my mind, I'm trying to train my thinking into, what are you actually doing, Angela? What exactly are you taking action on, Angela? You know, I want to lose 50 pounds. So therefore, I am exercising and eating better in order to do that. Okay? I want to grow my business bigger than it is now. So what am I doing? I'm doing my work. I'm doing my follow-up. I'm doing my coaching calls. I'm doing my go lives. I'm doing everything to grow my business. Okay? So whatever it is you think you're trying to do, why don't you just stop trying and start doing? Okay? Because this might sound like just a simple change in mindset, but it's a difficult one to do, actually. And as a lot of there's a lot of mindset where we say this sounds easy, but changing your mindset is one of the hardest things you'll ever do in your life. Okay? Like, I have been changing my mindset over the last 5 years, and it's been a lot of frickin' work, you guys. Like, it's not easy to change your mind and change your thinking and change the direction your brain wants to take you. And there was an interesting thing that I read, and that I also heard about from other people, inside the psychology of your brain. Okay, so when you let's say you're someone who constantly worries about money, okay, because there's a lot of people out there who they're constantly worried about money. They're worried they're never going to have enough to pay their bills. They have this scarcity mindset about money, and it may have been taught to you, like maybe by your parents or whoever you grew up with, if they had a scarcity mindset about money, right? Now, what actually happens inside your brain, like the physiology of it, is if you there is a thought process inside your brain every time you worry about money. Okay, so what happens is the more you worry about money, the more you strengthen that thought process. Okay, so let's say your brain has to go from A to B to C in order to think I'm worried about money, right? Well, what you're doing is you're training your brain to take you to worrying about money more than taking you off of that path, off of that idea. Okay, so if you're somebody who constantly says no to everything, right? You have developed your neural pathways to take you to saying no all the time, and it is going to back you up with logic. Okay, but if you train your mind to say yes, to take opportunity, to say yes instead of no, to not worry about money, but start to have gratitude for the money that you have now, right? So some of these neural pathways we strengthen them the more we think about things. Okay, so the more you think about how much you're worried about money, the more your brain is going to take you right there instead of taking you somewhere else. And the more you also think about what you're grateful for and what are the benefits happening, the great things happening in your life, and what's benefiting you and your family and all your friends, or whatever you're being grateful for, the more your brain will take you in that direction. So as we all heard this in school, that your brain is a muscle, like just like your bicep or your tricep or your any other muscle on your body, you have to work it out. So what you're doing when you're taking yourself into negative thoughts is you're teaching your brain to take you into negative thoughts more often. So when you start thinking about positive thoughts, you're teaching your brain to take you to a positive place more often. Okay, and this takes time, guys. I still catch myself saying, I'm trying blah, 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 XYZ. But now I'm trying to change it to, no, Angie, you're not trying, you're doing. What are you doing to reach that result? Okay. So this was just kind of a really fun lesson that was taught to us at Awaken. When I was there in Vegas in April. And, I just wanted to pass it on to you guys as a little bit of a tidbit of information for, a happy Monday. So that when you do start hearing yourself say, I'm trying, or no, or, yes, or I'm worried about money, or I'm worried about my health, or I'm worried about my parents, or I'm worried about my kids, you're actually training yourself to think more of those thoughts. Okay. So if you can train yourself to think negatively, then you can train yourself to think positively. Okay. And that's what we want to get you. That's where we want to get you guys, right? Everybody needs to be thinking more positively on the planet, let alone inside of our own little lives, inside of our own little GAZ community, So, if you're not inside the GAZ community and you're watching me talk about this, then I hope it just starts giving you a bit of an idea of what's actually going on inside your mind and your body when you constantly worry, or and you guys, women are worriers. Like, I was a worrier for so many years, and worry is so useless. I can't even tell you how useless it is to worry about something, because worrying about something is never going to fix it, right? Worrying about something is never going to help the situation. What you end up worrying about is you end up worrying about shit that might not even happen. Like when people worry about money, they're like, well, what if I don't have enough money to pay my bills? Well, what if you do have enough money to pay your bills? right? Worrying is like a bag of bricks. Just set it down, okay? It's useless. You know, guilt is the same thing. If you have any kind of guilt going on in your life, or if anybody's guilting you into anything, or you're guilting yourself into something, guilt is like a bag of bricks. Just put it down, okay? Because who are you carrying all those bricks for? Why are you constantly allowing yourself to feel guilty or constantly allowing yourself to worry? Neither of these emotions is ever going to help you accomplish anything in your lives. Fucking never, okay? They are useless things to do. Absolutely useless things to do, you know? When I booked my ticket coming up for the Vancouver event, I didn't worry about the money. I didn't worry about how I was going to get there. I knew I had to go. So I did it. I took action. I bought the ticket and I'm going, you know? And I didn't worry about, I threw it on a credit card. I'm not worried about when I'm going to pay that back, because I'll pay it back in no time. I'll pay it back today with the checks I got in the bank, in the mail here, kind of thing, right? Like, so worrying is really useless, guys. I know I've mentioned this to you before, and I didn't mean to get off the tangent of trying and actually doing, which is the title of this Go Live. So, but I just want you guys again to take stock in your own thinking, in your own life, and see how much trying you think you're saying you're doing as opposed to actual action that you're taking. Okay? So action is what's going to get you results. Trying to do something is never going to get you any results. You have to take action. And then, what I said about guilt and worry, they're useless emotions, guys. They're fear of, like, false evidence appearing real fear. They're useless emotions. They're never going to be any benefit to you. They're never going to be any benefit to anybody. But if you're a worrier, there is a way to stop worrying, right? Like, if you have that kind of a mindset, my man is a huge worrywart. He worries about everything. And I just always try to say, well, babe, you worry about this, but what if this happens, right? You worry about this negative thing, but what if a positive thing's happen, right? There's always the freaking flip side, you guys. What if I fail? What if you succeed? What if I go broke? What if you make $1 million? Like, and it sounds so easy to you. This might sound easy coming out of my mouth, but you know what? This wasn't easy for me to transform into either. I was the most stubborn little Italian feisty bitch you'd probably ever met in your life until 5 years ago when I had my epiphany with my car accident. But, like, over the last 5 years of me changing my mindset, it has been a journey. It's been a struggle. It's not been easy, okay? But I work on it every day. I spend the time working on my mindset every day in some way, shape, or form. I do my gratitude in the morning. I do my gratitude at night. I write down my goals in the morning, every morning. I walk around my life being grateful, thinking thank you with every step that I take. So this was work for me. So it's going to be some work for you too, okay? Nothing comes easy in this life, right? But it can come, okay? Just takes a little bit of work. So I hope you guys got some value off this today. I hope, you'll start actually looking at what you're doing in your life as opposed to what you're trying to do or what you think you're trying to do or what you're worrying about or what you feel guilty for. I carried a lot of guilt for a lot of years over a lot of things that happened in my past. And, when I learned how to just set down that guilt and get rid of it, holy man, did I ever feel free. And did I ever feel like a valuable person, like I valued myself again. I valued my life again. I valued the people in my life again, like it was another, life-changing event for me. So I hope you guys got some value out of this today. I hope it gives you some ideas on, how to change your mindset from trying to doing, and be honest with yourselves about what you're actually doing. If you're not putting in any work, be honest with yourself that you're not putting in any work. And why are you not putting in any work? What's going on with you? What is going on a daily basis with you that is making you not put work into your business or into your life or into taking care of yourself or whatever it is you're trying to focus on, okay? So I hope you guys got some value. I told you guys I was going to start doing some more Go Lives, and I am. So here's an extra Go Live for you. Ask Angela Anything Thursdays will always keep happening, but I wanted to give you guys this tidbit today because it was valuable for me to learn, and I think it'd be valuable for you to learn as well. So I love and appreciate all of you guys. I'm going to jump off for now, but please, if you want to share this with anybody go ahead and share it. And I'm sorry I didn't see all the comments going through there because I was driving, but hopefully you guys got some value, and hopefully I will talk to you guys again on my next Go Live. So ciao for now. Bye.